Hello dear student, this is Palash Chakraborty, assistant teacher, Square High School and College. Welcome to my class. This is for class 8, subject Hindu religion and moral education, chapter 2, lesson 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so here we have seen a picture. So it's a book called Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So from the very book, from the very picture, we can gauge our topic. So today's topic, the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, 18 chapters from 25 to 42 altogether under the Bhishma Purana, Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata is known as Srimad Bhagavad Gita. That is Gita in short. Here there are 700 slokas in total. So for this reason, its another name is Saptashati. Okay, so in the war of Kurukshetra, Lord Sri Krishna advised Arjuna. These advices have been completed in a book which is called Gita or Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so Dhritarashtra and Pandu are two brothers. Dhritarashtra is elder and Pandu is younger. So according to the Kuru dynasty, the sons of Dhritarashtra are called Kaurava. But according to the name of Pandu, his sons are called Pandava, though they belong to the same dynasty. So there was a war between Kaurava and Pandava for kingdom. Sri Krishna himself became charioteer of the chariot of Arjuna. When the chariot had been put in between the two armies, then Arjun had become discouraged to see the near relatives of his own party and against party. He expressed his disinterestedness to fight against nearest kith and kin. Then God Sri Krishna had given different advices about duty, wisdom and devotion. So those messages of advices have described in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, though Arjuna was the purpose which advices have been given in Gita, but those advices are applicable for all men of all times. Gita is composed by adopting the gist of all Upanishads. It is an unprecedented coordination of Jnana Yoga, that means wisdom, Karma Yoga, that means action, and Bhakti Yoga, that means devotion. So Gita is not only a scripture but also one of the best philosophical books of poetry. The Gita is prescribed for reading daily. Okay, so now we will discuss about the four castes, act of doing duty, similarity and devotion in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So now we will start four castes, that means Chaturvarna. So God has created all men equally. After that, there are divisions of four castes in the society for his creation according to the quality and occupation. So these are Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. So the person who has the knowledge of Brahma is Brahmin. He is influenced by Sattva Guna or instinct, good and real qualities. The person is Kshatriya, who is belonging to the community of fighters or ruling class. He is influenced by the quality of activeness and spiritedness. That means Rajaguna. The person who belonging to the business community is called Vaishya, who is influenced by the qualities of activeness and spiritedness. That means Rajaguna, and darkness, Tamaguna. Okay, so the person who belongs to the community of manual labor is called Shudra. He is influenced by the quality of darkness, that means Tamaguna. So these divisions are not causes of birth. On the basis of differentiation of duties. So according to the occupation and action of duties, the castes are identified. So it's very important. Just memorize this part. Okay, so God Sri Krishna has said, Chaturbharnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhashiga. It means 4 divisions of caste are created by me according to the qualities and nature of professions. It is not that the son of a Brahmin must be a Brahmin. The son of Shudra may be a Brahmin if he is influenced by the quality of virtuousness and having knowledge about reality. That means Sattva Guna. So on the other hand, a son of Brahmin would become known as Shudra if he is influenced by the quality of darkness, that means Tamaguna. So it is to say that division of caste is not hereditary, rather it is on the basis of quality and action of duties. So question would be like that, the division of caste is not hereditary, rather it is on the basis of quality and action of duties. Explain this sentence. So you have to memorize this part. Very important question. Okay, so act of doing duty. So whatever it is done, that is duty. And that is duty, whatever it's necessary action for doing. So in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, predominance has been given to the act of doing duty. And this act of doing duty can be done without any desire. So that means the act of doing duty without any desire or any result. So Sri Krishna has said about this, you have right to do your duty, but not in its result. Leave the hope of result, but do your duty. Sri Krishna has said this in Gita. Okay, so Sri Krishna has said to Arjuna, duty, that is, act of doing duty is religion. As a Kshatriya, you have to fight in the battlefield. That is your religion. Fight without any pleasure and interest. You will get a result. If you do not fight, then your religion will be destroyed. So because according to his own nature, it is the religion to perform duty. So do your duty. So it is religion. Now we will discuss about similarity. That means Shamya. Shamya or similarity means equality. That means equal. To see all things are equal is the name of consciousness of similarity. So God is staying equally in all living beings. So to see all the living beings in the eye of similarity and to behave equally, that is known as the realization of similarity. So in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it has said that he is the best who behaves equally to all in all respect. It is also said in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, an equal viewer can see the soul in all living beings and sees all living beings in the soul. So the meaning of this is he thinks all the living beings is just like as him, and to see himself to attach all is equal here. So all are equal. So we will see everybody in equal vision also. we get this learning about similarity from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so now it's part 2, devotion. So profound respect and love towards God is called devotion. So the devotee surrenders himself to God and establishes absolute relationship with Him. So it is to say that devotion is the bridge of relationship between the God and devotee. So the devotee will be free from all desires and wishes, said in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So the result of his all activities is to surrender himself to God. The devotion takes birth in his heart, and where there is devotion, there is freedom. So this is all about the lesson. This is very important lesson. Just memorize the part of this lesson. So through this lecture we have completed another chapter, that is chapter 2. So now we have finished chapter 1 and chapter 2. Now it is time to give the feedback. So prepare the question that is given in the exercise and submit it to my personal ID. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for your patience. Stay safe, be blessed.